Am I live? Let me check, see if I'm live. 1 second. Where's my phone? Give me 1 second. Am I live? Not too sure. Checking. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yes, I think I'm live. I'm live. I'm live, guys. So sorry for the delay. There's some problem with the software. So what are we gonna talk about today on this stream? Now, if you new to my channel, I'm about firearm and firearm accessories. But once in a while, I go into things that kind of related, sort of, something like this, the war, and what we must do to prepare for it. Now, currently, I'm watching what's going on here in the United States, and yesterday, very early morning, yesterday, like 3, 4 a.m., Russia has declared war on Ukraine, and they have been invading Ukraine as we speak. And what's going on in the United States is that all the Russian ammo is sold out. Well, most of it anyway. In most websites, I still see some. But yeah, the thing is, some people might say, hey, we have a sanction against Russia on firearm and ammo import. But so we're not going to worry about that. But the company has contracted for X amount of ammo before the sanction went into effect, so we don't have to worry about all this ammo coming in. Like it's not gonna stop for a while. It's not gonna stop coming in for a while. But with this situation escalated in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine, uh, you can see that ammo get cut off because I don't think Russia gonna want to import any sort of raw material, ammo, firearm, and any of that stuff to the NATO country because right now uh, the NATO is try to impose new sanction on Russia, and the new sanction they impose could be devastated to Russia, but I don't think they care because they know that coming into this war. And those kind of sanctions we're talking about, like banking sanction, they're gonna pretty much blackmail Russia out of the banking sector, which could lead to actual war uh, on a shore. So I mean, keep poking the bear, man. Keep poking it. Drop a bunch of troops, thousands and thousands of troops in Ukraine, and see what the Russian does. And this is what the Russian, counter. They're gonna invade Ukraine instead. So Putin did warn NATO not to get involved in Ukraine. And we're gonna pull up a map here just to let you guys see what's going on. So here's the map. Russia. How big is Russia? Well, they're the biggest country in the world. I don't think anybody can, you know, counter me on that. In terms of land mass, of course, they're the biggest country. So here's Russia. Below that, Mongolia, China. So they are allies. And all the Stan, Kazakhstan and all the Stan, they're also a Russian ally. But, they're not like completely dedicated to Russia, but they are Russian allies because if you're living next to if you're bordering a superpower, you dare not speak. You know what I mean. You dare not speak. If they say one, you dare not say two. So yeah, all the Kazakhstan, they so far they haven't said a word about this new war with Ukraine. So I'm not sure if they're gonna be involved in this war or not. But they're not like a superpower or anything like that. So they're just gonna idle by and wait, see what happens. And we're gonna get to China in a second. So what happened yesterday is that Russia invade Ukraine. Here's Russia. Here's Ukraine. Right here. Russia is just a border in Ukraine. So what happened in this conflict? Now this is nothing new. Russia and Ukraine, they have been in conflict for decades now, for a very long time. But it's not very serious. It's just one of those little incident here and incident there, but nothing as serious as this. Nothing warrants an invasion from Russia. So what happened is recently Russia just dropped a whole bunch of troops around the Ukraine border, and then the mainstream media freaked out. Well, for rightly so, because if Russia or China were to drop troops in Mexico, I mean, here in the United States, I would worry too myself. So yeah, they dropped a whole bunch of troops around Ukraine, and then the media gone full retard, and NATO also got full retard by dropping thousands upon thousands of troops in Ukraine. You know how it is, Russia and NATO. They're not very friendly. They're not allies. So if you drop like a whole bunch of enemies, to say, in Russia's doorstep, they're gonna respond to that, right? So yeah, a whole bunch of NATO troops in Ukraine, and then shortly Russia respond by invading Ukraine, and Putin did make a statement that he will have a small incursion, whatever that means. Uh, Basically, it's an invasion. That's no better word to put it. But they said it like, oh, we're just gonna take this small part of land right here. So what Russia did is that they take this land on the east of Ukraine, because there's some separatists, Russian separatists, basically the Ukrainian rebels. They want to side it with Russia, and in Ukraine there are like three groups. One want to ally with NATO, the other want to ally with Russia, and what's left, people just want to be left alone. What like leave Brittany alone kind of thing. Just leave Ukraine alone. We don't want to ally with NATO. We don't want to ally with Russia. Just leave us alone. But this two powerful nation, Russia and NATO. Well, NATO is not a nation. It's like a combine of many nations. But yeah, Russia and NATO, they're not very friendly. So there's going to be conflict when a whole bunch of NATO troops is dropping Ukraine, and there's a whole bunch of Russian troops at Ukraine's door. So nobody's leaving, and it seemed like Vladimir Putin has dedicated to this war, and of course his ally Belarus is came along with Russia in this war. So they are too sending troops to Ukraine, and now they are pounding Kiev. Kiev is Ukraine, Kiev, Ukraine capital. So it's right here, right, almost right next to Belarus. So yeah, Belarus, Russia come together. Uh, they are sending troops along this river. You know, a lot of place here. It's very hard to pronounce. So I'm gonna try my best. Uh, Dnieper River, Duniper. See, I'm telling you, it's really hard to pronounce some of this. You know, it's Russian stuff. So Ukraine. Now, why do Russia want Ukraine now? Ukraine used to belong to the Soviet Union. So during the collapse of the Soviet Union in around the 90s, 91, the Soviet Union collapsed, and here come Russia. So Ukraine pretty much declared independent from Russia. And Russia sort of recognized independent. They didn't want any war because they just want to recover from the collapse. So right now they're fully recover and fat as hell. So they want to take back Ukraine. Basically, that's easy to understand, right? You need a degree to understand that because Ukraine used to belong to the Soviet Union. During the collapse of the Soviet Union, they declared themselves independent. But Russia did promise to protect Ukraine. But I think because they want Ukraine back now, because Ukraine is too far from Russia, and they want to be allies with NATO. And you know how it is with Russia and NATO. They don't like each other. The Democrat here in the United States, they don't like each other. They don't like Russia either. So Ukraine is too far with NATO in order to be more friendlier with Russia. So I guess that kind of pissed Russia off, don't you think? So yeah, there's a lot of conflict there. And of course, there's a reason why U.S. want to take Afghanistan, Iraq. They want to take Iran too because of the strategic location, as you can see here. Kurdistan used to be Russian allies, but you know what? Here's Afghanistan. You think we get even with Afghan yet? On 9/11, I think we got more than even with Afghan, but still, we can't even defeat them. Recently, Biden withdrew the troops from Afghan, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. So, for more than 10 years, 20 years, we couldn't even take Afghanistan. The Russians couldn't take it. So yeah, they are very resilient. Those Afghani. And so is Iraq. I think even right now, we couldn't even take Iraq. They're down here next to Kurdistan, and just above that is Russia. So there's a strategic location that United States want to take, for no reason at all, no good reason at all. Remember the weapon of mass destruction? Yeah, that's a farce, but nobody say anything about that. So the U.S. take Iraq, but I don't know. It's very very iffy right now in Iraq. Might do a withdrawal or something because it's too much for the United States to take in right now. We got in so many wars. We haven't won a war since the Vietnam War, and we couldn't even take some country out with a man on horseback and flip flop. So just imagine that. You think we can take on a Russian? I don't think so. So very early morning yesterday, just within a couple hours, the Russia already took east of Ukraine, where the rebel are, the separatists of Ukraine. and they also went into the Sea of Azov, and they kind of blocked this way to the sea. It's also a strategic location for the ships and battleship and stuff like that. So you know what? If I'm Russia, I do that too. You know, you gotta block off all the entrance and exit of your strategic location. They also claim the what's this place again? Crimea. Yes, they also claim Crimea. This little place right here, so they can station a troop and what I think gonna happen in Ukraine is that Russia they're gonna do some sort of a uh, pincer movement along with Belarus to block off Ukraine troops and to block off all the what do you call that? Yeah, basically just to split Ukraine into multiple places that they cannot supply the troop with. That's a word for that. It's just on tip of my tongue. So yeah, Belarus and Russia is bombing Ukraine all over the place right now. Russia also did fire some cruise missile along the Moldova area right here. So they did use a cruise missile to bomb the area. Dude, it sucks for Ukraine right now. Best of luck for you guys. I'm not really sure what the NATO or other countries doing right now. Of course, you know, if they're planning something, they're not going to tell us. But so far, the only thing that NATO is doing right now is just sanction Russia. That's the only thing they're doing right now. But I don't think Russia care. I mean, NATO been sanctioning Russia since the beginning of time, but it really doesn't matter to them. Now, it kind of does matter to us as just civilian because as you can see, the economy here in the United States is not very good right now. There's a whole bunch of inflation and stuff. And with this new sanction, it's not going to get any better. So it will not get any better, and you can see some inflated price coming up. It's going to be more crazy. All your firearm ammo that you looking to buy, there's a possibility that that too will go up. We already see the price went up on the Russian ammo here in the United States just today. A lot of websites just sold out of 7.62 by 39 and some other Russian ammo. And Russian ammo play a large part here in the United States, but you know the anti-gunner doesn't really care because they're not into firearm, but it's gonna hurt us as a Second Amendment community. It's gonna raise the price of everything else. So that's what war is gonna do. Now the thing is that when you sanction Russia on the banking side, I don't. Do you think war is going to come to our shore? That's the question right now. So when you blacklisted Russia from all banking, from all kind of transaction, war, I mean, Russia have nothing left to lose, right? If you keep a poking bear over and over again, see what the bear's gonna do. It's gonna lunge at you. It's gonna attack. It's gonna go into attack mode, and you better, you better prepare. If you poking the bear, you better prepare for retaliation. So it's not looking good for like the rest of the war right now, because what NATO is gonna do is gonna reflect on whether we're going to war with Russia or not. Doesn't matter which country you are right now, because if NATO is going after Russia, China can step into, and the allies, and and it's going to be a war of hurt. Now, Ukraine, they have a population of around 43 million people, while Russia, they have a population around 144 million people. So, Russia got that covered. I'm not sure how much is Belarus, but it seemed a pretty big country. And China, 1.4 billion people. So yeah, they got that covered in terms of body count. And I'm not looking forward a war with anybody, but I'm not very confident in my leader, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. I'm not very confident in them and what they're gonna do. Basically, our leader right now, he's just a shell. Half the time, he don't even remember where he is. He don't even remember who's his wife and who's his daughter. Sometimes. One second. So yeah, keep on hearing background noise from the family. Okay. Now, what else do we want to say about this? Now let's go to China. So, if China is right now they haven't have anything to say about Russia and the Ukraine war, you think that's a coincidence? Are they planning to do something? Because China and Russia, they're like two peas in a pot. They're very, they're brothers. So what do you think China's gonna do? Now, for the longest time, I'm keeping on hearing, China keep on flying a warplane onto Taiwan. So I think China is eyeing Taiwan during this conflict, and if all hell breaks loose and NATO is going to war with Russia, China is gonna try to take Taiwan. I think that's the first priority right there, because each and every day they send like dozens and dozens of warplane over to Taiwan airspace and just kind of taunt them. So that's what's gonna happen. China is going after Taiwan, no doubt. I have no doubt. And here's your United States was separated by an ocean, but not too far from China either if they decided to go after us. So that's what's going on. China haven't said a word, but this guy is eyeing Taiwan like an eagle. They have been getting their warplane flying over to Taiwan for the longest time, for many years now. Sometimes they have a couple of dozens of planes just fly over Taiwan, like that's no problem. You're talking about warplane, not regular commercial plane. It's warplane. They just fly over Taiwan, and that's gonna be a mess right there. Of course, I don't think Japan gonna leave Taiwan alone. I think they said they might join up with Taiwan if something happened. I'm not sure about South Korea. They try to be neutral sometime, but you know what? They have North Korea to deal with, so that's gonna be pretty messy. This whole Pacific island. So yeah, that's what's going on with the war now. What's the next step for Ukraine? Well, that's up to the Ukrainian people. I hope you got the best, but here's the thing: you need to have a plan right now, because your city is being raided by fire. So you need to have some sort of plan already. Heck, when the Russian troop is starting to drop on your border in mass, you should already have a plan what to do next. Now, for a lot of Ukrainians, they have no choice. They want to stay at their country. They want to fight for it, and I commend them for that. So here it is. Here's the conflict map where the Russians are attacking. Here you see some Ukrainian battle tank. Pretty cool. I'm not sure what kind of tank this is. Is a Soviet era? I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's Ukrainian military. I hope they're ready for this. I think they've been ready for a while, but still, like Russia is a superpower. There's no way that Ukraine have the military power to overcome Russia. But right now, NATO, all they do is just send weapons to Ukraine uh, for them to defend themselves. But so far, nobody is committed uh, bringing troops to Ukraine. So Ukraine is right now alone fighting the superpower along with the Belarus. They are both pouncing on Ukraine right now. So it's not looking very good for Ukraine, but I hope them the best. I didn't think it would come to this. Maybe it's just a war meme or something. But Russia is committed to this, and I don't think they're gonna give up anytime soon. Even if NATO completely withdraw from Ukraine on every aspect of it, weapons, troops. I do not where I do not know where all the troops go. Maybe NATO troop, because not too long ago, like NATO dropped a whole bunch of troops, thousands and thousands of troops here. Even the United States were dropping like tons of troops here, but I don't know where they go. Maybe they go back to US or something. So Ukraine is very much alone right now, and you guys who are living in Ukraine, I mean, you guys gotta dig, you gotta better dig deep because they're coming to your city, to your neighborhood. So don't think that Russia say they're gonna bomb just a certain location, a certain military location. Well, that's what the U.S. said when they start to drop stuff in Iraq. But over time, they're gonna go to every house, every city, every town. They're gonna knock in every door just to look for a combatant. And if you look like a combatant, well, yeah, that's not gonna go well. So Ukrainian, I know you guys got some brave people over there. That's why I want to show you guys this video. Now, this is a Snake Island. It's a very small island, and it has 13 Ukrainian troops on it. And what basically happened is that the Russian warship went by and told the 13 Ukrainian troops to surrender. But I know their respawn is very brave. Now look at the annotation on the bottom, the subtitle, and you can read for yourself. Just in case. Russian warship, go F yourself. So yeah, basically what happened is that the Russian warship tell everybody to pretty much surrender your weapon and come out, otherwise they will open fire. Do you copy? This is it. The Ukrainian soldiers, maybe we should tell them something just in case. Tell them to go after themselves. So yeah, that's Ukraine right there. Ukraine soldier telling the Russian warship to go after themselves. Bunch of brave men right there. Bunch of brave men, and no surprise, they perish. Those 13 soldier. So kind of give them a shout out. So yes, I have no doubt that Ukraine have some pretty brave fighter out there, but still, you're going up against a, powerful nation, and I don't know. I don't know about this war. I'm not very sure that NATO should be involved in this war. It sounds kind of bad for Ukraine, but again, I do not want any foreign entanglement. I don't think United States is ready for any war. Like I said, I'm not confident in Brandon. That's what we call him here in the U.S. So that's just my take. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not very confident in U.S. going off against Russia, especially when our military is a bunch of woke people recruiting some woke people, as you'll see here from the video of the military recruiting in the United States. So I'm gonna play this for a little bit, and maybe you guys haven't seen this. You guys should seen this of what type of people that the U.S. military is recruiting.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems.
So here we have
It begins
an
in
anime.
California with a little girl raised by 2 moms.
That's right. They're looking for a little girl with 2 moms now. That's U.S. military now.
Although I had
There
a
it is.
fairly typical Lynn, I
Yep. Love each other. Yep. They're trying to recruit some pretty soft people here in the United States. Love each other, right?
when I was 6 years
That's
old,
what they want.
one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed.
You want some people with
Doctors said she might never walk again. But she
with love mentality going into military? You think they're gonna win war?
the altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class and then attended UC Davis, where I joined a sorority full of feeling
Oh
I'd
yeah.
spent my life.
So that's the type of people that the United States military is trying to recruit. Not men's, but women's. Specifically women with 2 moms. Oh my God, that's just ridiculous, man. You want to see the Russian recruiting military video? Here it is.
Первый день твоей новой жизни.
Well, he looks soft. Do he? Do he look soft?
Каким ты был прежде, уже никого не волнует. Теперь важно то, кем ты будешь сегодня. Что ты знаешь о себе?
So yeah, that's what the Russian military is recruiting.
Но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать
People that will put hurt into you.
победой.
Not some soft, peaceful, loving SJW. So what Biden's gonna do, bring his army of woke cancel culture into Ukraine? What he gonna do? Try to cancel Russia? Everybody, get out your phone. Get ready to cancel Russia. Tweet, 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 tweet. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Oh my. I can't even start to imagine that. That'd be so hilarious though. But yeah, I don't think United States is ready for any war. He's a Chinese recruiting video. Chinese military. You think they try to recruit some soft people here?
是一种割舍。
I don't think so. Try to recruit some smart people.
是一次重塑。
上、空中、陆上各作战机群已新定完善作战计划。
Yep.
革强军。
的力量来自改革创新。
Yeah,
军队的胜利
that's the state of recruiting in China, Russia, and the United States. I don't think we're gonna win a war anytime soon. So what's next I want to talk about? So right now, do we have anything going on in Ukraine? I'm sure they are being bombed as we speak. So yeah, the Snake Island, those Ukrainian guys, it's kind of located right here. Snake Island. Where is it? Very small. right here somewhere. So hard to find it. It's a fairly small island, so it's almost impossible to find on the map. It's somewhere right here. So yeah. So here's one article that I think you guys should read up on. Now, I have read this article like maybe twice, and it has helped me a lot. So if you are a Ukrainian living there right now, again, you gotta dig deep. Do whatever you can right now. You gotta dig deep. When those things drops over your head, you want to have a shelter. The other thing is, if you're planning to leave the country because of this war, you need to somehow bring along your basically bring along your money or whatever's left anyway. Now, I would advise to get some precious metal, gold and silver, but only get enough for you to go to the border, because when you go to the border of any country, they're gonna try to confiscate everything from you. So do not throw all your eggs in one basket with precious metal, because all this country, they're gonna want to loot everything from you. You can't go in there pretty much naked, just clothes on your back. And so how you get all your money out of Ukraine right now is there's one way. It's one very concrete way to get all your money, all your belongings out of Ukraine right now. And that one way is through cryptocurrency. Now, but right now, I could imagine it's fairly difficult to buy any cryptocurrency right now. Maybe if you're in Ukraine, but try your best to, buy some. If you're trying to leave Ukraine right now, you try and take all your money with you. This is the best way to do it. Get some cryptocurrency and have them inside your personal wallet. So you need to learn how to create that. You need to learn how to use cryptocurrency right now. Just do your best. Use YouTube. If you have access to the internet, but which is gonna be pretty hard right now, because the Russian is spewing fire all over the country right now. So if you're able to have an internet connection, learn how to use cryptocurrency. Go watch YouTube video and stuff like that, and make sure you have your own private key that you keep. That is a key to access your money. All you have to do is just to write down a bunch of numbers and letters down, and that is a key where you can go anywhere in the world and get your money out. So that's the only way that you can leave your country with your belongings. Preferably sell all your belongings to get some crypto. That's the only way, but you need to also have maybe some way to get to other country border and ask for asylum. Now, I don't like this. I don't like the idea of anybody leaving their own country. But if you were to do that, that's the only way to safely do it. I mean, I'm sure you guys can hide a little piece of paper somewhere on your body, and nobody's gonna know about it, right? That's the only way to get all your money with you out of Ukraine. But for those of you who stay and fight, I commend you for your bravery to fight against Russia, because right now you're alone. I'm not sure if NATO is gonna do anything right now besides just sanction. I hope United States doesn't get involved in the war, because we've been through so many wars, and I'm not ready for another one. I'm not ready for another one. So is many American here. So yeah, my hearts go out for you guys. You guys are pretty much isolated, but people are looking at the situation right now. So we have to see where this is gonna go. I'm kind of surprised, why didn't Ukraine have some allies around them? Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Poland. Why didn't Ukraine have allies? That's my question. That's something I don't understand. I know Ukraine want to be independent. They don't want to rely on anybody. But why haven't they make any friend? Nobody's backing them right now. Besides just weapons, maybe money, weapons, but no troops on the ground from any other country right now, because everybody's very aware of the threat coming from Russia and Belarus. Basically, these two nations said that if there's intervened from outside, they will fight back. They will use nukes. And that's a serious threat, It came from Joe Biden. I couldn't care less, he's just talking out of his nose. But this has come from Vladimir Putin and Belarus, and they're very serious about this. So if any nation want to join with Ukraine, you're looking about a nuclear war right now. So, oof. Don't want that to happen, but if you're living in the United States right now or in any other country, you should also be worried about it, because NATO consists of many countries, and within those countries there are allies and stuff. So hope there's no World War III, but I don't know how to defuse this kind of situation that we have with Russia and Ukraine, but pretty much everybody is measuring dicks right now to see who got the balls to go in, and who got too much pride, too much things to lose. They're not pulling out. I don't think Russia's gonna pull out unless Ukraine surrender. That's the only choice I'm looking at. But I'm not Ukraine. Hope you guys for the best, and this is going to be it for tonight. Yeah, election do have consequences. That's why I'm not very confident in our leaders right now. It's just a mess. Yet alone the vice president. Have you guys seen her? Dude, she's a bumbling idiot. Without a script, she don't know what the hell she's gonna say. She always heckling when she don't know the answer. So yeah, Brandon and Kamala hyenas. So I'm not very confident in our leader right now. What if Trump were a leader right now? I don't think Putin will F with Ukraine. I don't think Trump's gonna let that happen, When Trump said something, he mean it. He mean it. The last time, he fired off some cruise missile. I forgot which country. That guy mean it, man. But whatever, I'm not ready for this war. Oof. United States. I don't know, man. Russia, China, they all have the long-range missile. They claim they can reach the United States. I have little doubt on that. Before they reach the United States, they have to go through pretty much South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, maybe the Philippines, but the thing with the Philippines right now is sometimes they allies with China. Well, I think they don't want to mess with China, so Taiwan's kind of in the middle of everything right now. isolated if the United States didn't help them, because yeah, it, the thing is that China went silent during this Ukraine war. They went silent. They're not saying a word. So yeah, that's pretty shady right there. I mean, they are close. They are allies with Russia. They're like brothers. So why are they not saying anything? They're planning something. They're planning something, but we don't know what. We have to invade Taiwan, and if United States went in to have Ukraine in any way, especially troops, then we're not gonna have any troop left to go protect Taiwan. Dude, it's gonna be a mess. So let's see how all this goes. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully the situation get diffused between Ukraine and Russia, but I doubt it, because at first Russia's like, we're only gonna take east of Ukraine, just a little patch of land with all the Ukraine rebels, pro-Russian Ukraine rebel. We're just gonna take a little bit of it, and then bam, they start to bomb every city around here. And Kiev, Kiev, Belarus, and Russia is going after Kiev. Kiev, have to say that right. Some of its name is so hard to pronounce. But boy, this is gonna be a mess. I don't know what's this war's going to. It's gonna be a mess, guys. So if you haven't already, if you want that ammo that you're looking at, you might want to grab some. And also read on this article. Go to naturalnews.com and search for Bosnia War Survivor. Now this article will, this person who wrote this article, he will give you an insight of what war is like and how he lived through this hell. Basically, yeah, it's a very long read, but it's a very good read. Maybe if I have enough people on my channel, I could, go over all this, but it's just a very, very long read. But yeah, read out on that, and let's call it a night. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope the best for Ukraine. Hopefully, something resolved soon. But I kind of doubt it. This AF is late right now. Signing out. Maybe we'll do another stream sometime. If something come up that that are important, then I'll do another stream. But I think this is it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, if anybody asks you, are you armed, tell them no. You're armed AF. Sometimes people ask us American why we have so many firearms. It's because it's not for hunting. It's to protect our country from foreign and domestic enemies. That's why Ukraine need a Second Amendment. That's why they're giving away firearms to the Ukrainian civilian right now. But it's kind of too late, They should have a more relaxed firearm laws before all this went down. They should have a relaxed law. They should allow civilians to own any type of weapon living around those areas. But they don't. They don't have a Second Amendment, so we're allowed to have that. So don't take that for granted. Okay.